Welcome to Rebuild Your Life with Aihawu Victor. Today episode we're going to be talking about the power of starting small. In life we often wait for the big break, the big moment, the big opportunity. And oftentimes in life you see people just waiting for that big break, that big breakthrough, that big opportunity, I just want to hammer big. I want to make it so big. There's nothing bad, absolutely nothing bad in wanting to make it big. Sometimes in life we need to know, how to get the right things done. Even when we want to make it big, we need to start somewhere. So I want to tell you this morning that the power isn't in the big, it's in the beginning. That's what I want you to know this morning, that the power is not in the big, it is in the beginning. And most beginnings are small. If you ask anybody around you, how did they get to where they are today, they will tell you that this dream you are seeing didn't start this big. It starts small, step by step, process by process. Big opportunities don't come big. We all know that opportunity actually come in a disguised manner. They come like something that doesn't really look like something important, something meaningful, something great. And that's how life is designed to be. Big things don't just happen, they start with the process. Some of us are sitting on dream because they don't feel grand enough. Opportunity pass through us every day, but we're not attracted to those opportunities because they don't appear big the way we want it. They appear too tiny, and we just feel that no, this is not what I want. And then we keep sitting, waiting for that big break. I'm glad to tell you this morning that big break might not come. You have to start small. You're holding back your voice because you think it is not loud enough. What does this mean? Sometimes we have some tiny little ideas and we just felt that, this can't lead me to where I want to be. This is not what I want. I want something bigger, than this. The truth is that what you have in your hand, like the known proverb, a bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. I tell you that it's worth more than two in the bush. So what you have in your hand might just be tiny. Your voice might be tiny now, but I tell you that if you start with that tiny voice, it's going to be very big. When I mean tiny voice, that small dream that you have. If you start with it, it's going to be big. You're waiting to feel ready while time quickly pass by. Most times we feel that I'm waiting for the right time. But is there really a right time? I don't think there is any time that is the right time. The right time is now. Most times when you keep thinking about waiting for the right time, you enter into what we call the procrastination mode. And you begin to procrastinate. I will start tomorrow. I just need to get this thing ready. I just need to get this one done. And most time in life, this thing happen because some people really don't have a mentor. They don't have people guiding them through life. They take all decisions by themselves. If you are listening to this podcast right now and you don't have a mentor, I think it's a high time you need to get one. You need to get somebody that you can talk to. It's very, very important. Get somebody you can talk to. So here is the truth. The most powerful things in life often start small. A seed, a whisper, a step. So don't despise a small beginning. It might just be the spark that sets your life on fire. It's very, very important. Do not despise your little beginning. It might just be the spark that sets your life on fire. Like I said before, everybody starts small. In my private business, I didn't start big, I start small. And now I have presence in more than one country. That's the power of starting small. starting in a very, in a very local area. But because the dream is not local, the dream is global. So where it starts from is not even the issue. The most important thing is that you just have to start somewhere. And that little dream is so big today. So you need to learn the art of, starting small. Every tree started as a seed. Every sunrise began in the dark. Every healing began with a decision to feel again. We all know that trees, they started as a seed, just a little seed. And then by the time the harvest is ripe, it brings forth so much than the seed that were planted. Sunrise began in the dark. We sometimes compare our chapter 1 with someone else chapter 20. You can see the gap. In fact, some people compare their chapter 1 with someone else chapter 100. I remember sometimes ago during our business training class when we were asking startup business who their competitors were. And some of them were mentioning the names of, billionaires, people that are categorized as, they're in the number of first five, first five richest men in Africa. How can a startup be seeing people like Aliko Dangote or Tedola, for instance, as a competitor? That's just comparing your chapter 1 with somebody else chapter 20. You are nowhere near people and you want to compare yourself with them. But most times, all the time, it's just ignorance. There's no reason for comparison at all in this life. No reason for comparison. You are just who you are. Why you are starting small, some people have not even discovered themselves, not to talk about starting at all. And while you are starting small, some people have already started and they are already moving. So that you are still crawling or you are still learning how to walk does not mean that you have to compare yourself with people that are already walking or people that are close to their destination or people that have even got to destination and choose to go beyond, their destination. Your time is your time and you have to walk with your own time. And in doing so, we shrink, we stall, we silently tell ourselves, what I have is not enough, because when you start comparing yourself to other people, you now think that what you have is not enough. And that's when, what I call it, discouragement will just set in because you already downgrade yourself. You think that you are not enough. But the truth is that, you are enough. You are more than enough. You are not created to compare yourself to anybody. You are made uniquely. Those of us that are Christians, that the Bible says, before I formed you, I knew you. So here, God that formed you already know what you will become in life, irrespective of whatever life has taken you through, whether you've been drained, whether you've been knocked down by life, whatever it is, God that forms you has put some values in you, and then you just need to start somewhere with whatever He has put in you. And like I said in my previous episode, your family background, your educational background, and what have you, it's not a determining factor of how far you go in life. It's just about you, how determined you are. How far you want to go is how you go. So start that business, even if it's on your phone. Speak your truth, even if your voice shakes. Write the book, even if only 5 people read it today. Just write the book. I like the part that talks about, speak the truth, even if your voice shakes. I remember, giving some assignment to somebody some years ago in the church. And I remember how he was just, the voice was shaking. The guy got on stage and from announcement 1, he would jump to 10, come back to 5. His voice was shaking seriously. And I mean, people were laughing. I was laughing where I was sitting also. But he continues, and I mean, he became better. So don't feel that, oh, my voice is shaking. And when I mean your voice is shaking, is that you're afraid of doing something new. How will people see me? I mean, I'm so imperfect. Yes, you can't be perfect from the beginning. You cannot be perfect from the beginning, because like they said, success is failure upon failure without losing enthusiasm. So if you don't fail, you cannot succeed. Write that book, even if nobody will read it. Publish it, even if, you keep checking if anybody has come to see it. Open that YouTube channel, even if nobody comes to subscribe. Just be there, just be persistent, just keep doing what you want to do. A day is coming when light will beam on it. So you don't need to be famous to make impact. You need to be faithful to your process. Consistency, turn small step into giant step. It's very, very important. You must know that you don't need to be famous to make impact at all. Most people think, oh, until I'm famous before I can make impact. Who told you? Wherever you are, you can make an impact. Very, very true. So don't wait for perfect. Start messy. Start scared. Start with tears in your eyes if you must, but start messy. Start messy means that everything is messy. But then you just know that, in starting, that's where the life is. So you have to start whichever way it is. You just start small and then keep going. In closing, I want you to say this with me. I honor my small beginning. I am not behind. I'm in process. I will not wait for perfect. I will start where I am with what I have, and it will grow. Our next episode will be talking about the loudest noise, the inner voices that try to drown your progress. It's time to silence the lies. So if this podcast has blessed you, I want you to share, like, leave a review, share with someone who is waiting for everything to line up. Remind them small steps will move you forward. Like I used to say, if you think that you don't know anybody that will need the podcast, just share it. Sharing it alone, is an encouragement to us. It's an encouragement to me. It's an encouragement to my team. Until next week, when I see you again, remain blessed.
Grief came like a storm with no goodbye, left your heart beneath a heavy sky. They said time heals, but they never knew some wounds stay tender, they breathe in you. You've been waking up with empty hands, trying to live what you don't understand. The bed still feels too wide, too cold, too long. You whisper their name just to stay strong, but you're still here, breathing through the pain, holding on through fire, walking through the rain. Your tears may fall, but they won't define the strength that's quietly keeping you alive. You're still here, and that means grace. Healing has begun, even in this place. You try to return to work, to plans, to calls, but your laughter echoes against the walls. The business failed, the spark went dim. You keep on fighting, though hope feels slim. You loved and lost, you tried and cried, you questioned your faith and sometimes lied. But love is not gone, it just changed form. It breathes in your heart, it keeps you warm. And when the silence feels too loud and your courage hides beneath the clouds, remember this: even through despair, God has never stopped being there. You're still here, breathing through the pain, holding on through fire, walking through the rain. Your tears may fall, but they won't define the strength that's quietly keeping you alive. You're still here, and that means grace. Healing has begun, even in this place. Take your time. Grief is not weakness. You are not broken. You are becoming. It's okay to rest. It's okay to cry. It's okay not to know. I just don't let your heart forget. You're still meant to live. You're still here. The storm will clear. What's gone in life is still held near. Every tear is planting peace. Every breath is new release. The pain won't last. The night will fade, and joy will find the road you've made. My friend, don't rush your healing. Breathe. Talk to someone who cares. Walk, pray, write, sing. Even if it's one small step, take it. Healing doesn't mean forgetting. It means remembering without breaking. You are still here for a reason. And one day soon, you'll smile again. Not because the pain is gone, but because peace has finally come.